Well, just to do something different, I thought I'd do my garden video for July 10th, starting in the front of the house instead of the back of the house where I usually start. So a lot of things are growing. There's a storm on the way, so it may not last. Well, let's take a look at it. Neighbor's house. Yes, we're that close. That's the sky that's coming in. So not as scary as I think. There's a few raindrops right now. And yes, I need to do some painting, but if it's raining, I guess not today. Oops. I'm in low power mode. So I have hollyhocks are blooming. This is the bed that my mother planted. And no, I haven't weeded yet today. Whatever this is blooming. Actually, those are kind of pretty. Some lilies over there blooming. And my ugly patch job with some spray foam, but I had a wasp nest in there a few years ago, and I don't want them coming back. Over here, south side, which is pretty much all inherited. The hollyhocks came with the house, the blue flowers in the back came with the house. I planted the dianthus and the mint toward the front here. And the dianthus are done. I guess in my head I thought they lasted all year, but I think I must be remembering wrong. I look close at this one, I don't see new flowers coming. Maybe I'm supposed to deadhead it? I don't know. I'll have to research this. The southern bed is growing. I'm going to, if the storm isn't bad, I'm going to plant beans in here tonight right along this soaker hose because apparently the lavender's not coming up. The tomato's going well. He's trying to escape from his cage. Uh-oh. I may struggle to fit him back in. Probably I should have done a little more pruning. I did experiment a bit with pruning down here, but I could probably prune some more than I have. Peppers, you can see a banana pepper is getting started and another one there. I don't label anything in my garden, so I never remember what I planted where. Kohlrabi starting to do its thing. The one melon that lived and didn't get eaten by a rabbit is, unless the rabbit brings some friends, I think is safe now. And another kohlrabi. And around here, don't remember which is which, but I planted some moonflowers and morning glories around this, and they're, what few came up are starting to take off. And look at this. This bean that I bought on impulse is finally taken off. I tried to do a Scarlet runner bean a few years ago, and that was a failure, because that's what I built these things out of sunflower stalks for in the first place. Over here, again, you know, the success is not that great with the morning glories, but they are starting to do something. And part of that lack of success is thanks to cute little bunny rabbits. I never did deadhead the chives, but oh well. And then here I have Asian type beans that I planted. They're doing well. I don't know if they'll be bush or climbing. If they're climbers, this could be interesting. And then another tomato and my irises that are done for now. A little more of that wonderful sky. It looks like the most, air quotes, exciting part may be just to our north. I don't really want to show you into the neighbor's backyard here and interrupt their privacy, but it's quite a view. Almost looks black when you look directly north. Well, ask me about my weird parking job. I'm trying to, I don't know, I got it into my head to let that patch where the car usually sits regrow. Because yeah, I don't have a proper driveway. Sorry. But the curb is dug out, so heck, I'll just park on the lawn, I don't care. And someday I'll have a driveway, just not right now. I'll start on the southern end of the garden. This barrel has a multicolored, well, it has a broccoli plant that I couldn't find a place, but now there's a place for it. Multicolored Swiss chard. So yeah, I think that'll work well. I did plant it in a circle all around the barrel, but only this side came up. Here, the kale. I have been eating a little kale with like breakfast and sandwiches and salads and things. Some tomatoes. You can see kohlrabi. There's one here actually doing the kohlrabi thing. they're supposed to swell at the root, or near the root, and that's the part you actually eat. So excited to see that. The rest, you know, the rabbit continues to ravage. It's a good thing they're so darn cute. The Brussels sprouts, I think I planted too close to the kale, but I can rip kale leaves off and fix that problem. Broccoli, out of the 6 plants I planted, 4 are trying. 1 may or may not make it. And then 1 is just gone. Here, this is spaghetti squash. I knew I didn't need as many. Last year I planted 4 plants because the first time I tried growing it was just a failure. I think I really only need 1 plant, so I know for next time. But you know, maybe I can talk it into taking over the lawn so I have some sections I don't have to mow. And then just more tomatoes. My radishes are, they were slow this year, and now the tomatoes are about to overtake them. On the other side, spinach, which some of it looks ready to bolt, but I have been eating it. And same thing, the tomatoes are going to got a baby spaghetti squash. And over here, the rabbits were in the beans, but my first planting of beans, and then 2 weeks later, and like I said, I think I might be at 3 weeks. I may have waited a little too long, but I've got another planting of beans ready to go out front. Was going to go down the middle, but since the lavender failed, I thought, well, what the heck, let's just do it out there. Onions, they're doing well. Almost wish I'd planted more, but you know. And then here, I'm hoping anyway, I think this is garlic. And so I have 2 nice garlic plants out of, you know, this whole bed was garlic, so I might put some beans in here too. And then 1 that looks really sad. I'm trying to show you, oh, it's not open yet. They have really pretty flowers. So Google okra flowers. But yeah, they're, after about a month of no change at all, they're starting to look good. Here I have eggplant, looking good with lots of flowers. The rhubarb, I need to deadhead again. I don't even really eat rhubarb because I don't like sweet stuff and it takes a lot of sugar. And then my 2 summer squash type plants, for whatever they're worth. And my asparagus is, you know, I ate what I was going to eat, and it's more of a spring crop, so I'm letting the rest of it go to seed, so hopefully I'll have some even more next year. And speaking of that, there's the brush I've picked up. I'm waiting for somebody with a pickup to say, sure, I'll help you. But for now, look at that north sky. Now that we're basically looking up the alley, I don't mind showing you that so much. Looking toward the Lutheran church. 1 row of beets came in well. 1 row of carrots came in well. I have thinned the carrots. I need to thin the beets. I'm going to make I've got a coconut chicken recipe that's supposed to be either beet greens or Swiss chards. So I'm going to use beet greens, but I'm going to have to think up something else to make with beet greens because they got to be thinned. And lots of, I think, baby asparagus. So I'm excited about that because I'm hoping this whole side will be asparagus. In fact, I want all of this to be asparagus, which may be too much asparagus, but I don't care. Peppers, looking good. I see 1 or 2 baby peppers there, but nothing too frisky. Another look at my eggplant. I forget which is which, but I have 2 types of squash here. One's acorn, one is, I've forgotten. Mint. I think I might have to go nuts and make some mojitos. Means I'm gonna have to buy the supplies because I don't have any of the ingredients except maybe the mint and brown sugar. Borage, which I don't use for much. Some people make jelly out of it. I've never tried that. You can see ants do serve as pollinators, but you know, it's a pretty blue flower. Bees and different pollinators like it. So it's a crop I like to have, even though I don't do much with it. This year's compost pile. There's last year's. I still need to turn it. Are the cucumbers. I actually picked 4 the other night. I see 1 ready to go right here. So that's exciting. And again, lots of choke cherries. I don't use them, but I guess birds will eat them. Maybe fertilize my garden or something. Tumbler composter. And I don't know, these petunias usually take off and kind of spread down the sides, but I don't know if they don't like the conditions back here or if the soil just isn't fertile enough, but they're not being too exciting. And there's the lemongrass also. So that is the garden, front and back. If you see the 2 stumps there, my garden started between them on this side of them and didn't go out quite as far to the street. I've dug everything by hand over the years, and apparently, because I measured it, it's 19 by 36 feet. So on a 50-foot wide lot, that's pretty good. Oops, I'm at 10% battery. So that's my garden as of July 10th, 2020, and who knows, I may bring you another July update, we'll see. Being able to do it on this phone is kind of convenient. So, and I probably should shave and take a shower tonight. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.